Andy Park Bufflin, directed by Zenaida Rose Smith. I had to pause on the Rose Smith part because the actor there was an actor in the show who also has Rose in their name. I wanted to make sure I got all the roses in order.
You got the right roses.
Indeed.
So Ben, what I'm doing right now is there is a puzzle, and I was able to figure out how the puzzle worked,
Yeah.
and I have since forgotten, and I want to remember. So I'm trying this out.
So the whole hour is gonna be Paul
The
playing
whole
with
hour
that
is
puzzle.
going to be me playing with this puzzle until I get it, and then I'll be good. How are you doing, Ben?
Oh, just peachy. I just came from a 3.5 hour meeting talking about the rough cut of a film I did, and it was also a birthday. There was a birthday in the room, so there was cake, and so I basically had quiche and cake for lunch, and I gotta tell you, it is not sitting well with me. I don't feel
Ben,
all that great. Booyah! We got it done.
I did it. So well, that is quiche and cake.
Quiche
Is
and cake.
It's a wonderful name for a GudeLaurance album if we ever do it. Ben, today's podcast brought to you by. Can you read it?
A&W Ice Cream Sundae with 0 sugar for cream Sundae soda artificially flavored.
So this it tastes kind of like ice cream, kind of like chocolate a little bit. I think I got the last of the 12 packs of these that were at the grocery store I go to.
You buy the strangest things.
It is so good, though. I like it a lot. So here we are, Ben. Face to face.
Today's podcast,
a couple of silver spoons.
Also brought to you by a regular glass of filtered water.
Oh, nice.
Actually, more
I also have
cup
filtered water
not
here.
A glass.
Hoping to find we're two of a kind.
Are you still trying to think of the Silver Spoons theme song?
Indeed, I am.
All I can remember about that show was I was really jealous of Ricky Schroeder's toys in that TV show.
They had a train.
Inside.
You could ride around inside the house.
Inside the house. That was amazing.
Kind of amazing, yeah. So I have just gotten back from my staycation. So I've been here the whole time.
Right.
But just got back to work today. Don't talk about work.
Thursday to Thursday? Was that your week off, or like Friday to Thursday?
My week off I was off on Thursday, and then Wednesday was my last day off.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Thursday to Wednesday, and your house got a new box, a new power box.
Fancy new power box.
Yeah.
Fancy new AC.
Oh, and the new AC.
Yeah, the new AC was the big thing. My AC no longer drips all over the floor. It now drips into a sink.
Hey, that's handy. I'm here at the theater, and I actually have the AC on just for me because it was getting really warm in here, and I'm like, I don't care about the power consumption. I don't care about the wasted potential of the heat transfer. I am hot, and I want to be cooler. It's taking the edge off. It's taking the edge off. It's not cold.
It's amazing that Annex Theater I'm kidding. I was gonna make a joke about Annex Theater happily spends their money on air conditioning for Ben Lawrence
for one person. We actually we had the AC running pretty constantly for the last show. It was on for every show. Yeah, and it's still, like I said, it doesn't make the space cold, but it makes it so you don't feel like you're going to die when you come watch a show here.
I do remember there were times back in the lean times, back in the olden days, when there was no air conditioning.
Megan reminded me that
that was crazy.
I thought we've only had this AC unit for about 5 years. Turns out we've had it 7. Megan said we got it in 2018. So But I do remember we got it like before the shutdown, and I don't know if we were able to like properly utilize it before we didn't have an audience in here for 4 years.
For those who are just longtime listeners or short-time listeners, but don't know much about Nax Theater, Megan, company member, took some time off, is now back.
Yeah.
And therefore has the historical knowledge of when the air conditioner was.
Yeah. Megan wasn't here in 2018, so I don't know how she was able to pull out that stat so fast, but...
Well, because she's a liar, Ben. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Unless I'm not.
But
how would you know? Because I also am a liar.
It's good to have her back because she does have a lot of institutional knowledge and like knows how to do the job, and so she slotted into the production management role pretty quickly, which is nice because we are losing, as you know, a very valuable company member / staff member in Catherine Blake Smith, who flies to Scotland on Monday. The day this episode drops, Catherine will be on a plane to Scotland.
So wait, is Friday the spin the bottle, or has the
no? That was on the
20th.
That already happened. In fact, I didn't text you, but the film killed. People loved it.
Awesome. I am glad to hear it. That's always what I like to hear.
When you came on screen with your magnificent, beautiful facial hair, it got an applause.
Oh, awesome. Here's the thing. I feel like I may have to grow the chin part out in the wintertime. Because
your chin gets cold?
Famously, I was able to stand the Chicago winter pretty easily. And we'll see if how that's going to work as far as, when it comes in. Oh, speaking of which, so, Ben, I have a question for you. And this is sort of a Ben gonna guess the news.
Are you feeling safer yet, Paul?
Is there one city in the United States where the murder rate, or not the murder rate, I'm sorry, but the murder count for Labor Day weekend was national news, and no other city had that little blessed addition?
Was it Chicago, Paul?
Why, Ben, it was Chicago.
Yeah.
Shootings, the number of shootings, and then also the number of deaths.
I don't think, what isn't taken into account when the Republicans talk about the murders in a big city is they don't refer to the per capita murder rate. They only refer to the total number of murders. So when you have a city that's got a couple million people in it versus, I think, I can't remember exactly which Alabama city has the highest murder rate per capita. It's like Huntsville, Alabama, or something like that.
Maybe.
All the highest per capita murder rates are in red states. The lowest per capita but highest grossing murders are in blue states because that's where the big cities are.
The main thing is that, say what you will about the Republicans, but also just the news media in general.
Yeah.
They wrote. This is the thing: is they wrote stories that were, these are how many, how much gun violence and murder happened in Chicago over Labor Day weekend, and that story, Ben, was going to run no matter what those numbers were.
Do you know what the number was? Did they come out with 45 people were murdered in Chicago?
I think it was 9 people.
Nine
people, and 50 some odd people got shot.
Yeah. And
here's the other thing with those 9 people that were murdered. Those are the how do I say it? The circumstances in which the people were shot. I think it was all gun violence. I think this was how many people died of gun violence.
Guns generally are the device that shoots people.
But I just mean that when they said murders, I just realized,
Yeah.
how many stabbings, how many
Right.
poisonings. I don't think that was. I think it was all gun violence. Um, but two women get shot by their roommate in an altercation versus somebody gets shot outside at a barbecue versus, these are all,
Yeah.
the implication
Well,
is that these are all preventable
it's
shootings.
it's also like it's hard to believe the outcry that the Republicans have when it comes to like Chicago murder. Chicago is a
Hmm.
dangerous thing. When two kids get murdered at a Catholic school, and the Republicans are like, "This is not the time to talk about gun
Yeah,
violence. This
this
is
is
not
the
the
time to talk
time."
about gun violence in Chicago. Now, of course, the ultimate irony, if I do get shot uh, before or even after this comes out, you know,
So if it
let me
doesn't
just
come to
say up
that.
front, anyone getting shot is bad. Um,
Yeah.
Here's a Ben gun against the news. What recent law was upheld in the city of Chicago that is making people who are decrying the gun violence in Chicago upset?
No earthly idea, but I'm guessing it has something to do with the legality or the ease with which people can acquire weapons.
The people are upset, Ben, because you're not allowed to conceal carry on public transportation in Chicago.
Okay.
Let me run that by you again.
You're not allowed to
People are
conceal carry.
upset that there is too much gun violence in Chicago.
Yeah.
And one of the things that will help curb the gun violence in Chicago, Ben, is to allow people to carry guns on the public transportation. Now, Ben, obviously, the reason why that is the person who wants to carry the gun on to public transportation in Chicago, the reason is because if it's a law, then they would be a criminal if they were to break that law, which they want to do. And then they can't break that law, so they won't have their gun, but the criminal who does break the law
Right.
will have their gun. So they want it to not be a law. That way they won't be a criminal. Only the person who is already a criminal will do it. And as I say it, I know that I'm not making a good argument because I'm kind of um, not saying it the way that they're going to say it. They say I am a responsible gun owner.
Right.
I will not shoot anyone. But the people who will shoot someone, if they know that I might have a gun, they won't do it. They will be afraid to try
Sure.
it because someone else might shoot them.
Right. Because I'm a good guy with a gun.
I'm a good guy with a gun. A bad guy with a gun isn't going to do it because he will find out that there will be a good guy with a gun because he'll hear on the news that carrying guns is legal on the trains and therefore will be concerned. I've not been shot yet
How
by
many
anyone.
how many shootings have there been on public transportation in Chicago lately? I know you probably don't have that stat in your back pocket, but like
I think one person in April, I want to say, and I don't know if it was actually on public transportation or if it was at the station.
right.
So
Yeah.
a little bit of a gray area there.
We actually had somebody shot. I don't know if they were killed, but somebody was shot at the Northgate light rail station a few months ago. Turns out it was a targeted shooting. It wasn't a random thing. So the fact that it was public transportation has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. This is one of those things where you get all sorts of people, and this is almost all this is on the CTA subreddit where people come in and complain.
The
There's
call to
one-
action subreddit.
there's one person on the Chicago Transportation Authority subreddit, um, who I was like, okay, this is just, it's one of those things of, you know, all right, I'm going to alter it a little bit so that it can't be traced back to this guy. But it's one of those things that says, something like, well, as a black man myself, I think the KKK gets a bad rap. All they really care about, it's one of those things of it's like, I, mm, I
Yeah.
don't know if, so there's a person who is complaining about, um, they ride
Whoops.
the train all the time, and they're constantly disgusted by what they encounter on the train, etc. And if you go into their posting history, they're also an Uber driver from California who has to sleep in their car because they don't have a place to stay
You
right
mean
now.
people on the internet have opinions about other places they don't live?
Um, Not only that, but also lie and say that they live somewhere where they really don't.
Yeah. We get that a lot in our own. I've mentioned this before, but we have two different city subreddits for Seattle. One's more left
Ah,
leaning, one's more progressive. And believe it or not,
you
sorry,
said one's
one's.
more left leaning, yeah,
I
one's more
wish that was the
progressive.
case. One's more
Yeah,
right leaning, and one's more
yeah,
progressive. And of course, the right leaning subreddit is constantly decrying the amount of homeless people and open air drug use,
hmm,
saying Seattle's such a dangerous city, and I don't know why I moved here. And then I don't look at these. I don't actually subscribe to that subreddit, but I don't look at
right.
these. I don't look at their post histories, but the people in the progressive subreddit sometimes talk about this and say those people live in Bellevue. Those people live in Redmond.
Yeah,
And one of the key factors in determining that the people in the right leaning subreddit don't live in Seattle, even though they bitch about Seattle all the time, is when something happens in the city, they don't talk about it. And I'll give you an example. If there's like a sports event and
uh-huh.
Black Hawk helicopters fly over the city, you'll have a dozen posts in the actual r/Seattle subreddit of people going, "What the hell was that?" And
Yeah,
nothing from the r Seattle WA subreddit,
yeah,
because those people live in Bellevue or California or wherever,
exactly. Yeah. Or Bellevue,
or
California.
Bellevue,
That's probably a
California,
real
or the insane asylum.
California. Um, so yeah.
Anyway,
We have the same thing. Apparently, I
glad to
didn't know
see
about this,
that Chicago is the same.
but there's Chicago, there's Ask Chicago, and then there's Chicago suburbs, and then there's Windy City, and Windy City is the one that is more right leaning, more hating Chicago,
Yeah.
etc. But so here's the crazy thing. There was a report that maybe they walked back sending the National Guard. I don't know if it's true or not. Uh, and and then people were already like, so all this about nothing then? Question mark. And it's like, no, no. If they in fact do not send the National Guard, part of that decision would have been the legal stuff that California was doing, and the hard stances of the mayor and the governor, etc. Like, and we've talked about this before. Y2K had this happen. COVID had this happen, where people like all these people saying that we had to do vaccinations or whatever, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
And you don't put the two and two together, basically.
I I think I saw a photo or a small video online about like a National Guard advance party going to Chicago. It wasn't like a full brigade or
Yeah.
whatever an army National Guard is called. Um, but it's just like a couple of dudes in BDUs. But it's an interesting
Possible.
It's an interesting, political development when the president is sending the National Guard from largely red states into blue
Yeah,
cities.
I mean the idea was, from what I heard, it was going to be the Texas National Guard in Chicago. That is the big story
Yeah.
that I had said. There is a naval base where apparently they were going to be stationed, and maybe they are. I don't know. And it's also one of those things. This happened before too. I think it happened in California, but I'm not positive. Where they're like, oh, they're going to be here. Oh no, they're not, and then they show up,
Yeah.
like a weird kind of timing thing. I heard stories of the effect that they were going to be kept under 30 days so that they didn't have to give them like the amount of benefits that they get if
Of course.
they're there for 30 days.
Because our
I
president is a
believe,
famous
yeah,
cheapskate. I heard,
believable.
who knows if it's true that the guard troops that have been sent into DC haven't been paid. They're cleaning up litter in
Yeah,
parks,
I
which,
saw
like,
that.
thank
Yep.
you. I mean, that's not nothing, but, like, otherwise they're just standing around because, oddly enough, it's not as bad there as they make it out to be.
Yeah, and then this is the other thing, of course, is that people are like, if you're going to send them someplace, don't send them, here. And this is one of those things where I'm like, it's not a teacher you forgot our homework, but it's similar, where they're like, don't send them to the Bean, send them to Roseland.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Nobody cares about
Also-
Roseland.
Also, don't send them to Roseland. Thank you. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, mm, Speaking about Roseland, my neighbor, Chef Elliott, his
He's got a food truck, right?
his food. Well, here's the thing. It's not a food truck. It's an actual, like,
More of a food van.
it's more of a food cargo container. Like it's a freestanding metal building, looks like a cargo container, but it has all the, kind of earmarks of a food truck, where you walk up, you order.
Is it mobile or is it stationary?
It's stationary.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't go anywhere. You could probably move it somewhere. You know what I mean? I'll check next time if there are wheels on it.
Yeah, is
But-
it on a trailer?
Yeah, it's larger. It's not a van, right? And there's no
Like one of
driving
those
part
standard
of it.
shipping containers, like a 20,
Yeah,
I think
it's like-
20U shipping container.
yeah, it's like one of those. And then there's a tent in back there you can wait while you're
Yeah,
getting your food and all
those
that.
are pretty large.
But-
I mean, people make houses out of those.
Yep. He's doing Taco Tuesday, so we went there, and just met like some of his relatives who were there, and so it's so good. The food is excellent.
It's funny. A lot of the taco trucks that I've gone to here in town, they only park in one place. I've never seen them
Yeah.
leave or go other places. There's one in Fremont that I go to. Every time I go to west of Lenin, the taco truck is always there.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, rent us out for parties. But I've only once have I ever gone to west of Lenin hoping to grab some tacos, and it wasn't there. Out of like 10 years of this.
Now,
So I know it can
you-
travel, but it doesn't. It has a parking
You
spot.
and you've bought tacos there in the past.
Every time
Yep.
I go to Fremont.
It wasn't like the one time I wanted to get tacos. And
Oh
it
no,
wasn't there. That's what I thought.
I did want tacos that one day,
Yeah.
but yeah, it wasn't the one time I was gonna. I'm finally gonna go to this taco truck that's down the street. I'll give him a shout out, Flair Taco in Fremont.
Nice. I feel like there is something else that I wanted to talk about regarding the taco truck.
Like your friend Chef. Remind me his name.
Chef Elliott.
Chef Elliott.
Yeah.
Specifically Chef Elliott's food.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So It's Taco Tuesday. I kind of want to get his chicken again though, because his chicken was really good too. It's I
Like
remember what I
fried
was gonna
chicken?
say. I remember what I was gonna say. Chicken wings.
Ah.
Uh, the thing I was gonna say is, he doesn't make money off of the truck though. He makes money off of catering, and the truck is like a love thing. Like he wants to do it, right? But he doesn't
Yeah, I mean,
actually make money
I
off of
don't understand the economics of taco trucks
it.
or food trucks in general. I imagine that, they're probably not rolling in it, but I would hope enough that they would make enough that they at least break even or make a little bit of money to pay their employees.
Yeah, yeah. It's mostly him doing it,
Yeah.
and I mean he's not going to hear this probably. I don't know if he wants me to talk about his business. What I all that I would say is that I'm all this to say I'm thankful that he does it. It's
Yeah.
a wonderful community service.
What are
Let's
how are his
see.
prices?
Oh, they're good. They're
Okay.
good. We get
Do you get
so we
a good
get
neighbor discount?
I don't know if I get a good neighbor discount,
He
but
says you are, but you're already paying full
no,
price.
no. We we care, and we do. I'm not gonna get into the logistics of it, but we pay well, and he is good,
Yeah.
and it's everyone's happy. Everyone's happy at the
That's
end of
good.
it.
And the food's
Um,
good, so it all
oh,
works
the
out.
food is so good. Let's see. We did. I'm just gonna go through really quick. This is not me looking up stuff on the internet. I'm just going through my bank account to tell you what I did over our staycation because we did some things. Um, Parking. Oh yeah. So we went to the Museum of Science and Industry,
Sounds fun.
which is a museum here in Chicago. Saw a U-boat that was captured by the Allies off the coast of Africa, and then
A German
moved.
U-boat, I'm assuming.
Yes, eventually moving all the way to an African U-boat. Ben, no, and then going all the way to Chicago by
Train.
water, and then by train. They built train tracks to move it from the where it was moored to here.
Port of Chicago.
Yeah. Ooh, then I went to Woolly Mammoth Antiques in Chicago. That was a great place too. Crazy stuff. I'm trying to think of if there's anything. Oh, on so in on the waterfront, that oddities
Oh
place.
yeah, Ye Old Curiosity Shop.
Yield Curiosity Shop. That's exactly what Woolly Mammoth
All
Antiques
right.
is like. It
Did
was
they
really
have
fun.
do they have mummies at Woolly Mammoth?
They had a mummy. Yes, that's why I was like, what possible place could it be that would have, and that was it. Um, so let's see. We went to a lot of different food places, obviously,
You gotta eat.
like you do. Um, dim sum, and went to an Italian place. The Italian place was good. I had Neapolitan ice cream. It's one of my favorite desserts. Write that down. We went to Swanson's Deli.
Swanson's, famous of the TV
Which is
dinner Swanson's.
I don't know, but it is Swanson's Deli.
Loves
We
their
went to
Salisbury
the
steak.
White Palace Grill again. Um, we went to the farmers market in Beverly. So there's Beverly in Chicago is a neighborhood that's kind of like, sort of semi-famous.
Well,
Like
I've never heard of them.
like it's up and coming is what I'd say.
It's being
Uh,
gentrified as we speak.
it's yes, exactly. Ben, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, Fantasy Costumes, which is a costume shop. much like the one in Seattle. You know, the big costume shop
There's
in Seattle.
two: Display and Costume, which I think closed, and Champions.
I think I was thinking of Champions, but
They're still open.
maybe I'm thinking of Display and Costume. You never know.
I believe they closed. They had a store up in the Roosevelt neighborhood, I think.
And American Science Surplus.
Display and Costume is where I bought my first Ben Nye theatrical makeup kit when I was in college.
Oh.
And
Which
I
is the
had
one
that.
where we got
I had
the-
that makeup kit up until I moved out of Mr. House, so like 8 years ago.
Did you ever hold up the Ben Nye to Bill Nye and go, and then point to yourself? And then
I
point
would
to him?
have had the opportunity because I had that makeup kit when I worked for with Bill Nye at one point.
Which is still really fun.
Yep.
I think. Did you ever watch The Bear, Ben?
I have not seen the latest season.
I haven't seen the latest season yet, but you saw the other one?
Yeah. The first
Okay. So,
2 or 3, I think.
yeah. So here's my question. Did you recognize Joel McHale
Oh yeah.
when he showed up?
Yeah. Right off the bat.
I didn't recognize him until later. He did a really good job of being a different guy, at least for me.
He makes a good asshole.
He does. Hey, wait a second. Hold on. Yes. Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of sort of the Phoenician scheme, have you seen it?
I have not seen it, but it's either
It's available on Peacock.
It's either Reddit or Facebook really wants me to watch it because I get served ads for it constantly. I think it's Reddit. I don't have the
'Cause-
Peacock.
Oh, really?
And I'm not
Oh.
going to get it because unless I give up one of my other various streaming
I mean,
services that I
that's the
have.
thing is that Jennifer really, that's one of the reasons I got rid of Hulu rather than Peacock, because
Yeah.
Jennifer really likes Peacock. She's a big fan of American Ninja Warrior, which is
Can't blame
available
her.
on that.
That's an amazing show.
I really like watching the old ones before it
Just-
was known whether or not anyone was going to ever beat Mount Fujiyama.
Yeah. When it was just called Ninja Warrior.
Oh,
Before
yeah.
it got
yeah.
Americanized. Because before...
Well, no, in the American one too, people didn't win right away.
Do they
that's
win
the
right
best
away?
thing
No, I
about
remember
it.
that would be a big thing if somebody conquered the course.
Well,
I
that was
haven't
the thing,
seen
is
it
when
in years.
I think someone has conquered. Some people have conquered the course, but
Okay.
for a while, in American Ninja Warrior, no one had conquered
No
the
one.
course, and the same thing with Ninja Warrior too. For a while, no one conquered, and that was wonderful.
There was that Ninja Warrior is it's genre adjacent. It's not the same thing, but there's an old Japanese TV show. I think it's called Takeshi's Mountain or something like that. I could be getting the name wrong.
Oh,
But
I
it's-
know what you're talking about.
It's a game show, and you as the audience have to like summit this mountain with all these obstacles coming at you. And
You as the audience?
no, you as the contestant.
Okay. I was like, I haven't seen this.
Oh, that's
one,
not the
but-
contestant. No, if you watch the show, you're in it. But the Americans did something sort of similar called Wipeout, which
Oh yes.
when I lived in Mr. House with Steven and Scott, we fucking loved that show. Because it was on like Channel 4 and but it's like Ninja Warrior for uncoordinated people.
Yes, absolutely. You remember American Gladiators, Ben, right?
Oh yeah, I loved American Gladiators.
Like Ninja Warrior, but there's also somebody else who's messing with you at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think American Gladiators, I think locally, that was on it. We did something weird up here. I don't know if this happened when you grew up. I don't know if you watched like Saturday Night Live when you were a kid. But every once in a while, on Saturday nights, Saturday Night Live would be preempted for the WWF. Back when it was still the WWF. So that's how I got to know who Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper were. Every once in a while, I would tune in to watch SNL, but there's wrestling on.
We didn't have that. We did have Haywire, I think was before. It might have been after. Haywire, famously enough, that's how I knew about Almost Live. Because clips from Almost Live were taken and put on this show called Haywire.
I did not know that. I knew
So
that
that was,
when I was on Almost Live, they had national distribution through Comedy Central.
yeah, yeah, that happened later.
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder if they
but
did that legally, where they hey, if Haywire just stole these sketches from Almost Live.
oh, you know what? I don't know. I really don't know because it wasn't just Almost Live. There are other things as well.
Yeah.
But Be Like Billy, that was on
One of those
the,
Universal sketches that wasn't like,
yeah,
making fun of Ballard or whatnot.
right, right, yeah. That is really an interesting, like the bead store, where
Yeah.
people mistook the bead store for the bread store. Um, I would not have. I would have had. Okay, we're gonna zoom out a little bit into the world of comedy just in general. Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Or gold
Several
standards.
things about that sketch show I liked, and I thought it was absurdist when I found out later that it was based on like news stories that were happening in Great Britain at the time. I didn't like them as much. And I think I might have even pitched this to you, the idea of doing a sketch show that had weird um like local jokes, kind of like Almost Live has for Seattle,
Yeah.
but for a place that doesn't exist.
So like, it's so
Um
absurd nobody gets it.
Nobody gets it, right? Like, but it had to have an internal logic.
Right.
Like there's like I remember Mibiwe was Mr. Bloody, and the idea was that he was a children folk. So like what it would do is you would find a an allegory or a corollary between something. So as an example, so you'd watch a show, and if someone turned to the Wolfman, right, in the show, you would say, okay, in this world there is no Wolfman. But instead, what it is there's this guy who sheds his skin and then is just completely bloody, like in Hellraiser. But it's a folklore thing, and so that would be the idea: is that there are these kids and they're sitting in a classroom, and this guy shows up and he says, "Hey, kids, look!" And then this bloody man runs in, and all the kids are like crying and everything. And he's like, "Hey, what are you crying for? It's Saturday." And then all the kids laugh. And there's some reason
I'd
why
buy that for $1.
exactly, that's exactly it. I buy that for $1 is still great. It's gold standard of something that is funny for its time,
Yeah.
that doesn't exist, that still, like, because we quoted it, right? People would say it, and it's funny. And boy, I'm doing my part.
Yeah. Are those both
So
Paul Verhoeven lines?
they're both Paul Verhoeven. Yeah, he's really
Man.
good at that stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
That world building with those like what would you call it? The idioms, the in-world idioms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't want to be an American idiom.
Let me ask you a question, Ben. I see that you're wearing a Roswell shirt.
Roswell incident.
Um,
That was there in October.
how are we doing as far as the government keeping secrets from us about extraterrestrials? Are and what I mean by that is this. Let's get on the record. I feel like I feel like at this point in time, yes, there's something
I
that
mean,
has happened.
as as a YouTuber I watched once said so eloquently, if the government hasn't lied to you yet today, they probably haven't had their coffee yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so I came up with something, and I shared it with Andy, friend of the show, just recently, and I'm going to share it with you. The idea of this is the Roswell incident. It was a weather balloon, but it was a weather balloon of extraterrestrial origin. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
I think it would work.
I went through the museum that they have there in Roswell, where they have like
Yeah,
artifacts and photos, and not photos of like alien autopsies or anything like that, but like here's
right.
this strange piece of metal that nobody can identify. Um, I I don't think aliens have crash landed on Earth. I think aliens are out there more so than I believe in the paranormal.
Hmm.
I'll believe in aliens over ghosts. I don't think humans have made contact with aliens yet. I could be wrong. I say that wearing a Roswell shirt,
Sure.
Um, but I want to believe.
My take, and I'll share Jennifer's take, which I think is even better. But my take is that the whole thing, they're not extraterrestrials. There are
The
other
cryptids.
species, right? They're a cryptid civilization,
Yeah.
so they're on Earth, um, but they're capable. Obviously, there's the idea of, well, it's all a simulation anyway, so it doesn't
I
matter.
mean, there's
But
a.
Jennifer's thing.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, what's Jennifer's thing?
Jennifer believes that the UFOs are octopuses and whales. They have built these ships, and that's what we're
All
dealing with.
right.
We're dealing with
That's a
with
theory.
yeah.
My whole thing about like I don't think aliens landed in Roswell. I don't know if we've made contact at all. Is because the amount of people you would need to hold that secret is insane. And because we've not heard of any like deathbed confessions, at least none that have made permeated the pop culture sphere,
Hmm.
um, like where are all the eyewitness accounts? Has the
Well, I
government just
mean,
like eliminated all these people who have? But who's doing the eliminating?
you've hit upon my whole thing with, and this goes to the simulation idea too. Whatever. We've all just agreed, in general, to, I don't know if you'd call it a script or a source of information, whatever. But we've all agreed that there is something that is true, right? And until you reach that level, um, like for instance, let's think of one. Okay, the internment camps of Japanese citizens, Japanese U.S. citizens of Japanese extraction being put in camps. When I was uh, a freshman in high school, I had suggested to my parents that this was a thing that happened. And they said, no, that
What
never
you
happened. What are you
suggested to
talking
your
about?
parents that the U.S. interned Japanese Americans during World War
Yep,
II, and they didn't believe
yep.
you?
They did not believe it. If I were to ask them now I believe they would believe. And the reason is because now there's a standard thing where it says yes. Oh, I'll give you
It's
another
very well
example.
known. It
We've
was
talked
also
about
well
this.
known in the moment. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
undercover.
we've talked about this before. Um, There are people now who swear that everyone was on board with the second war in Iraq, and that no one was complaining about it when it was starting. No, everyone believed that they had weapons of mass destruction. And they say if you think that you did, you're misremembering or you're a liar, etc. And when I heard that, I went out and I found the article that Brett wrote
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And see, I was like, see, this is an example.
He
Um,
yeah, he I think, I don't want to say famously, but he said that he like got into not really a shouting match, I don't think, but an argument with Dan Savage, the
Yep.
one of the other columnists at The Stranger at the time.
Yep, that is correct. And Jennifer actually, she would do this sometimes, where she'd do research for Brett and give him information, and then he eventually did a additional research by Jennifer Pratt,
Yeah.
slug for her, things like that. We did do that, but people don't believe it, right? That sort of thing. I feel like this is going to happen with aliens as well. Once whatever is happening with the aliens comes out and there's a standard story, people are going to be like, "Well, I always kind of figured that they were. I never called anyone crazy or anything."
It's an interesting it's interesting that like Congress had this hearing a few months ago where they were like, yeah, there's stuff in the skies, we don't know what they are, and nobody really blinked at it. No, it wasn't big news, people
Yeah.
were just like, okay, yeah, whatever, we got other things to worry about.
Well, not only that, I mean, there was the one before that. There were a couple. Um, so yeah. I still have to go to my job.
Yeah. Worried
They
about
say,
healthcare?
all right. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, the main thing I was going to say though is that the other option, of course, is that beings of a higher dimensionality, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Flatland, or have you read it?
No.
It's a book. There's a great thing about how if a three-dimensional object or
I saw
bigger,
Carl
and then
Sagan
it gets smaller and
demonstrate that
smaller.
on Cosmos.
Yeah, okay. So you get it.
Yeah.
My thought is something for a higher dimension entering our world, our universe, would manifest instead of as a shape, it would manifest as an event. So you would have a thing happening, and you would hear about this thing happening, and then the thing would happen, and then you would stop hearing about the thing, and eventually you kind of forget about it. Right? That would be a higher dimensional thing passing through. It wouldn't just be a shape; it'd be a shape and a time,
Wouldn't be a thing.
kind of. It wouldn't be just an object. It wouldn't
The
just be an object.
Fourth dimension.
Exactly. It is weird that the fourth dimension is time, but yet also there's a spatial fourth dimension. It's all really confusing. But we've talked about this before, Ben, right? How do you fit 100 people into a room? How do you fit 100 people into a 10 by 10 room?
How do you fit 100 people into a 10 by 10 room?
One at a time. Eventually, you'll get that many people. You can fit as many people as you want into a space, given enough time,
Yeah.
and given they don't have to be in the space simultaneously. That's how you can get a room to hold more people than.
That sounds like an important metric for somebody positing that question. How do you fit the person?
Does it have to be at the same time?
Does it have to be at the same time? Do they need to all be in there at once, concurrently?
Exactly. Yes.
Does
And the answer is no.
all of them have to be in it, or can I just put a finger in a spare hole?
Yeah.
In the
Hey, wait a
room.
second.
Hey,
Yeah.
you get that out of here, sir.
Sorry.
Paul was thinking of something dirty.
Does John McKenna know how much of an influence he had as an individual
Ah,
on our humor?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah. He's probably a good guy. Always have to check. Maybe he's murdered 10 people.
No, I don't think that's true.
I don't think so, though. Doesn't seem like uh, him. Oh, remind me to ask you something after the podcast, and I'll be more specific. It has to do with. I was just thinking because of ATF. It has to do with ATF, and it has to do with a strange ATF, the burlesque.
Yeah, of course, yeah,
ATF
yeah.
and burlesque. It has to do with a strange controversy
Oh,
surrounding it.
a controversy surrounding ATF or burlesque. I'll
Yes.
see if I can remember that once we're done.
Yes. Ben and I were in a show called ATF and Burlesque.
How we met and became friends.
Yes, exactly. Ben gave me a ride, and continued to give me a ride for many years
to come, in various different cars.
Yes, and thank you again for that, Ben.
Although I wish I'd kept that truck.
If you had it now, would it still be able to run? Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? I might have wrecked it.
I've said this to people before, where they want to become a comedian because they want to make people happy, and they want to bring joy to people's life. And I would say, if you want to bring joy to people's life, get a pickup truck and make yourself available on the weekends.
Exactly. Help them move stuff.
You will have so many friends.
I had a friend, after I sold the truck, I had a friend who asked me to help him move, and I'm like, I sold my pickup, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. But he sounded deflated, like he didn't know, but he claimed that he did.
Yeah.
So I had to help him move anyway.
Well, it was still a big help.
That man's name was Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, Ben, hello. Wait.
Lincoln sounds like
how Abraham
Eeyore
Lincoln
in
sounds.
your...
Hello. Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
Lincoln. Hey guys.
How's the country doing? Not great, Lincoln.
Not great, Lincoln.
I'll see what I can do.
Man, I do think about that sometimes. Like one of the best villains that you could have in a TV show would be people from the past and their old antiquated ideas about how things should be.
It's called Never Meet Your Heroes.
But also, I guess they really did it for what is it called?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I think it's called Beforeigners.
Okay.
Or something like that. It's
Clever
a
name.
Swedish show. Yeah, and it's about people who were in Sweden who started showing up. They're people from the past. So they're like people from the prehistoric times, and there are people from the 19th century, and they all have different issues, getting along and assimilating into the country,
like language.
I think like learning language, but also like the people from the 19th century, lots of times they're rich because they still have like money and stuff. B for how do you spell for in How do you spell? Oh, Be Foreigners. Yep, that's it.
Foreig.
Yep, Be Foreigners. There are only 12 episodes,
Oh, good lord.
but they're really good. And it's from what country is it from, Ben? It
Sweden.
is from. I'm trying to find out. Series cast and crew. Come on. Parents Guide. Awards. 5 wins. 11 nominations. Storyline. Oh, Norway. It's Norway.
Speaking of time travel, I have 4 episodes left of the Lazarus Project. Still making my way through it.
Ooh. How do you like it?
Yeah, I'm digging it. Sometimes the writing is a bit clunky, but
Yeah.
I do like the themes within it.
Yeah. You see what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, big swing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that. Nice. That sort of thing. I like it. Yeah. I've been watching Would I Lie to You
Yeah.
a lot, which I still like. Yeah, I don't have a real I don't have a show right now. I don't have a.
I need to.
Oh, how's Alien Earth doing?
I was just gonna say I need to catch up because I've seen 2 episodes, but they're on episode. I think episode 5 just dropped.
Oh, okay.
So I need to go back. And I heard that I don't know. This probably is on some the television subreddit, but somebody was like, some reviewer was like, the episode 5 of Alien Earth is like the second greatest Alien movie.
Oh,
Which
wow.
is high praise. So
Yeah.
I
guess,
I'll watch it.
Spend some time getting to know them, and then
Yeah.
that other thing happened.
Yeah.
I really like a lot of Hulu's original programming. But then I realized that some of what I thought was Hulu's original programming is actually FX.
Yeah. That's where
So-
FX catalog kind of goes to live.
Yep, exactly.
Like I made it through the first season of Justified. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Because at the very end of that first season, I'm like, ugh. It felt like a slog, honestly. And I like Walton Goggins, but I didn't really like his character. Oddly enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff not to like about it.
I mean, that's sort of the point of his character. He's, the
Yeah.
antagonist.
They
So.
do. I don't know if you hit. I don't know how many episodes I've watched, but what I will say is they do kind of adjust his character a little bit in some ways to make it.
I would imagine that because he's in the show, he's a series regular,
Yeah.
right? That they would eventually come around to fitting him into the protagonist's arc in a certain way.
Yes.
He would have Walton Goggins' character, whose name I can't remember, would have that arc where he goes from the fully bad guy into still a bad guy, but sometimes good, redemption. He's redeeming himself in some way.
Is his name Boyd Crowder?
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
It just popped into my head. So yeah, I think I watched.
That's
I ended up
memory for
watching a bunch of episodes of it. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
because have you run into his dad?
Yeah, his dad is in the first season.
What's his head? Not Boyd's dad, but the other
Oh,
guy's dad.
Timothy Oliphant's dad.
Yeah, I thought that his dad was
Yeah.
Tommy Smothers for a while, but he's not. Tommy
No,
Smothers.
we've seen him. We've met him.
Okay.
He's not a good
Cool,
guy
cool.
either.
Just checking. Yeah, he's not a good guy either. That's right. Hey, speaking about not a good guy either, it's the end of the podcast.
I'm looking up. I need to look this up first just to see who played Timothy Oliphant's dad. And it was... And it is not on this front page.
Oh.
All right. So let's... But he's not a good guy. And I don't know if I had actually seen him before in anything.
I've seen him in other stuff.
Yeah.
I can't
No.
think of what it is.
Well, I'm not gonna find it before we have to go to commercial. So stay tuned next week
Yeah,
for the name of that one actor.
the name of that guy.
That guy.
One of
You know,
them.
I can go back to episode guide and just look at all the people who are in like the first.
Or you could, you know what you could do is you could look up and see what Timothy Oliphant's character's name is.
I did that.
Rylan
Givens.
Givens. And you would just look up Givens and see.
Oh, some of these episodes are top rated. I don't believe that. Raylan, not Rylan. Oh, the
Raylan.
season finale was directed by Adam Arkin.
Adam Arkin does a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
for sure.
He's not even in the front page. Wow.
He did, Adam Arkin, famously, lots of Northern Exposure stuff. He was in it, but he also directed it.
Yeah.
Adam Arkin's done a lot of stuff that I enjoyed.
Raylan Givens' father, justified
Oh, that's a good.
actor. Raymond
That's,
Barry.
Raymond Barry. He's been in other stuff.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Barry, if you're still with us and you listen to the podcast, a nice turn as a ne'er-do-well
All right.
patriarch.
All right,
Ben.
And with that,
See you later.
keep it wrong, Paul.
Keep it wrong.
Talk to you.
How's it happen?